Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Death Stranding. I'm the Mysterious JG, and I'm more excited about today's play session than I have since probably I started the game, because now we have like a goofy little mechanized tricycle. We've got like an actual thing that should allow us to actually do stuff. So let's activate the terminal and remind ourselves what our missions are right now. I don't even know how to do it from this screen. Here we go. Orders. We don't have any orders, so we need to get out of here and get some orders. I think we've got optional orders that would allow us to go back, but if we follow the main story, we'll be backtracking for a bit. And, well, I have mixed feelings on this, but, this seems like this is going to be a long game, and it already feels like I've got not that many people who are willing to follow along with an entire game with this much story of a sort. This will be more Mads Mikkelsen, right? Yeah, it seems like every so often we unlock more Mads Mikkelsen flashbacks. It's presumably the baby's memories, I think they've told us, because we described seeing this stuff, and the guy's like, oh, this is the baby's memories. Don't worry about that. That's not going to turn out to be really incredibly important. Oh, come on. Whatever. I got distracted and started this thing up and loaded it, but then didn't immediately start playing.
Fuck, idiot.
Excuse me? I'm sorry about the controller, but I don't think I had that coming.
Keep it safe.
Oh. Oh. Assuming that's 80 proof, whatever it is, he's...
Like you.
Alright, while he's talking, I'll work on getting a new controller. Yeah, you should be, buddy.
I put on that.
I interrupted your cutscene. Can I look at it? Do I have camera control? No.
Just you and me now.
Do the BBs have biological mothers?
That's all I got. Keep it safe. No matter what.
Okay. Are you going to be as effective at that as you were keeping her safe? Because that seems to be what's caused your breakdown here. So I accidentally had one fact about one background character revealed to me. But I don't know a whole lot about Mads Mikkelsen, and I think he's going to be fairly important, I'm assuming. What up, Sam Porter Bridges? How you doing? The path you laid down was used by somebody else. Okay, so I got some likes. Alright, so let's take on some... Oh, we can recycle. I got anything on recycle? Climbing anchors, and I'm not really carrying around anything that's only for recycling purposes. So I could take on orders. Let's take on an order for Sam. Let's actually continue the story. So, recovery, confidential documents. Here's one where I must not submerge. Can I take them on at the same time? Let's listen to the briefing.
For this retrieval order, you will be hunting down a book. An old school printed on paper book, the kind that predates the Death Stranding. Even before the world went to shit, most were published in digital formats only. It's rare to find one intact these days. Apparently, this particular book was the work of researchers who may have anticipated the Death Stranding. It was en route to Hartman when it was taken. MULEs, according to way station staff, in case you hadn't guessed.
Since you haven't been exposed to any other enemies yet.
Cargo to them.
But
to
the
us,
monsters.
it's priceless. Get it back, ASAP.
And then urgent crypto bio delivery.
The Capital Knot Distro Center's holding some crypto biotes we need delivered to the city. Cryptobiote cells can accelerate blood production in humans. They may well be the hardiest organisms on Earth,
They're Matt Hardy.
capable of enduring more physiological stress than any other. In harsh conditions, a cryptobiote will eventually enter an metabolic state in a bid to survive. Unfortunately, shoving a bunch into a shipping container or
Trying to figure out how I was getting the screen to shake the way that I was before.
is enough to trigger this response. It takes weeks to coax them back to life if they're allowed to fully transition to this state. So you can't keep them cooped up for long. Make sure to reach Capital Knot City before it's too late.
Okay. Let's do one at a time. Let's start with this one. We are going to go to the mule camp and steal a book. We have to recover confidential documents. I'll take my standard stuff with me. We will take our reverse strike. I haven't seen it in years. It's making me think of the goofy motorized tricycles that the Dalek troopers from like a 1970s John Pertwee story would use. Where they're like these fascist, brainwashed humans being used by the Daleks in this dystopian future, and they rode around on these goofy-looking tricycles. So we will take that with us. I think we'll take it with us. I don't think I accidentally set it so that we're not taking it, and yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna change anything. I think we're set fine. We do seem to have a bunch of crap on our back. Maybe I should have paid more attention to how much stuff we're carrying with us. So we will use the vehicle. There we go. This is going to make things very different from how they've been. Okay. So this could go terribly. There's all sorts of things could go wrong, but just the whole idea that we're finally... Wait, I can't even see this marker I put down. What's the point of putting down this marker if I can't see it? Because I know it's in this general direction. We're facing the right way. And I know it would be really far off in the distance, but still. It's probably not the stealthiest way to go about things, but... How do I get off of this bike?
Stretch my legs.
Because that's one of them crystals.
Nice.
And there's some cargo back here, lost cargo. Alcoholic beverages. Put the alcoholic beverages. I could load onto the bike. Yeah. Now, is this foolishness? Did I just make it so that guys who would be ignoring me are now going to be after me? It's entirely possible, guys. Vintage wine, too. Wow. I don't know why suddenly... everywhere I go, there's suddenly I'm finding all sorts of stuff of an alcoholic nature. I guess it's... Why am I being surprised by this? It's because somebody's game in real life, they lost cargo here. That's part of what's supposed to make the game interesting, is that it's... There's some destroyed cargo. turn it into Grand Theft Auto dystopian city. Or if I go around grabbing every I guess I need to be paying some kind of attention to how much cargo this bike can carry before it gets slowed down. And my shoes are starting to collapse. Time to move. Well, why did I... It showed like I was... involved in the chiral... I don't know what that... Never mind. I'm still kind of going in the right direction, so let's just keep... I continue to punch things that I mean to put on my bike, and this will get old pretty quickly too, I suppose. But for right now, I'm still enjoying just the idea that I can actually move with something resembling speed. You imagine how long it would be taking me to like collect all these little things up if I had been walking all this way? Rock and roll, let's do it, Cleveland. Traversing difficult terrain vehicle requires the use of certain special techniques as well as careful route selection. What the hell? This is a... Okay. This is not... I don't understand why... Does anybody happen to know? Do, like, PlayStation 4... Do they use those batteries, the wireless controllers... Oh, well, some tranquilizers. I guess I could use one of those right now. Do they use those types of batteries where the more times they're recharged and used, the less charge they hold? Because this is ridiculous. I guess I'm close enough now that I want to save, because if I screw this up and get spotted by the mules, they haven't really seemed to be much of a threat, but I wouldn't really want to just have to redo all this traveling. Right on, Tiny. Got some mule cargo there. Mule sensor poles. I probably need to be staying further away from them than I am. Okay, it's basically dead ahead, but I gotta find the safest possible routes. Oh, hey, there's a sign I put down at some point. There's a button I can press to sneak. Okay, well, they found me, I guess. That's my bike. Oh, they're stealing my cargo. He's kind of some kind of super up-armored guy. Or at least he's blocking my stuff. How do I actually do anything to him? I have to get him from behind. So he's like the big boss of these guys? Okay, well he came off the top rope, Macho Man Randy Savage style. But he's not an up-armored super boss, so he shouldn't be a problem. So I don't know how much time I have before they all start recovering. But I've got a whole bunch of shit on my back, and I need to get rid of some of it. Oh. Not a great time to be doing this, okay. Might be harder to fight while I've got all this shit on my back, too. And I know there's a way to throw cargo as a weapon, too. Okay. Alright, hold on for a second here. I'm trying to put some stuff on the bike. Okay. Load that onto the bike. Load that onto the bike. Load that onto the bike. I just put on the mule boots because my current boots are all wrecked. Although actually they're already damaged. No, they're not. So these guys are running around with a bunch of ladders and stuff. What is my current weight that I'm carrying? Nowhere near as bad as it was. Because I put a bunch of stuff on the... I suppose I could have one of each that I actually carry on my back. First aid kit. Mule boots, don't care about so much. No more cargo will be loaded onto the bike. Excess cargo will be offloaded. Alright. So, there's a limit, which there would be, of course. So I just need to be, from now on, don't take it unless it seems like it would be worth carrying.
There we go.
Crystals, worth carrying. Those biote guys, probably worth carrying. whole other question of whether, okay, if I've loaded as much stuff on my bike as it can carry, and now I'm carrying as much as I can carry, does that mean the bike can no longer carry me? Not sure if we'll get into that. Kojima, you never know. So it looks like they did a full court press to come get me, so I'm not really expecting to find any more hostiles in here. Okay, in storage, there's a lot of destroyed stuff that they've held on to because they're weird. There's some toys. I can care about repair spray and resins. You know what? Let's just take that as a sign. I'm not meant to go back in there and grab a handful of repair sprays and resins, and I just need to get out of here before something else can go wrong. I wanted to like whatever sign I left, but I don't think I left a sign. I'm not sure what that was, but my presence was indicated somehow. Huzzah. So I came here, I beat up everybody, including their boss, who I just had to tank a shot and then hit him from behind. That's pretty much how that worked. And then I saw a little piece of cargo on the floor. I'm hoping that was the mostly ruined boots and not an indication that cargo is dropping off. Because I'm carrying too much stuff. I'm not sure why I'm not being allowed to save. I would like to save. I wonder if this means plot is about to happen. Okay, so now we need to get back down. There's a marker that indicates mules. Plot route. Nah, just place a marker. This game may be a little less forgiving than, say, Red Dead Redemption has been about moving your horse along down paths that there's no way you should be able to safely get down. I have a feeling this game will have me drop all my cargo, have everything break, and tell me I failed the mission. Then again, maybe not. What, this LP series? Not many. But don't you worry about that. We don't worry about that. We're here having fun. Handful of people are having fun with us, so be it. Well, I don't see a, Can we drive this thing through the water? I guess we're about to find out. Increases battery consumption. Oh, who the hell cares? I was thinking we could build a bridge there, because I probably need to build more of those to get more. Well, it's not really being a speed demon at this point, but I guess we could start now. This is obviously just so much freaking faster than dicking around walking everywhere. I guess I can see how at the very beginning they would want to not give you this, but boy, it was missed while it was gone, eh?
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked. Archer. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Well, where the hell is the entrance? I guess it's over here, actually. Yeah, here we are.
Okay.
Some of that stuff doesn't belong here, but you know what? We're delivering it all here. So we are going to deliver requested cargo, which is the confidential documents. Okay, so the order can be completed. Cool beans. Good stuff.
Delivering cargo.
Well, I'll be. We've just about given up on seeing this again.
It's an actual book.
Let's not judge a book by its cover, though, huh? Let me take a closer look.
Yep, this sure is the porno mag I ordered. I thought it was
Very, very nice.
Dead Man who ordered it.
Exactly like I remember it.
I guess not, because this is not Dead Man. That's the one thing I know for sure about these characters. That guy is not Dead Man. Distance traveled not subject to evaluation. Well, why not? Well, whatever. I started to sneeze, which is why I couldn't say, guess what, it's going to be awesome, because I haven't gotten anything less than awesome on these missions. And it doesn't make me feel like I'm doing an incredible job with these. I just feel like, however this sliding scale works, it's always awesome on these early ones. Whatever mechanics give you different scores hasn't entered into it yet. Delivered lost cargo. I don't even remember having selected that. I was going to. Well, depending on how much of this is left, maybe I won't deliver it all here, because I got to drive back to that first base, or that other base, for the new interview data acquired. Likes secrete oxytocin. Oxytocin. Okay. Oxytocin. Some of the facility's bandwidth has been shared. Was huzzah. Most structures will be built within the travel network area. Following Ludden's mask. Rose pink. I feel like I would be getting more out of this game, like if I was trapped on a desert island with, food and water to keep me alive, and my only entertainment was a PS4 in this game, so I had no choice but to get everything I could out of this game. I would probably have to really explore what are these, things that I can be building using those PC whatever kits, and like how can I really be customizing and changing the game world, and I'm just not feeling the need to dive into that, but that seems to be the most interesting thing about this game that I'm not getting into, is the idea of like making, manifest changes to the game world by building permanent structures that you can use to like observe mule camp. Like, should I have, while those guys were knocked out, should I have built a watchtower right in the middle of their base, or would they dismantle it, which is what I would think would make sense. So I'm not sure. When I'm an expert handler, I know how to handle my business. The game's going to get a lot harder if I ever encounter enemies that I can't just punch and defeat them. Because the combat mechanics in this game have been really simple compared to other Kojima games I've played.
There are few bona fide treasures left in this world. And you just saved one of them.
My love is a treasure, and you now own it.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Well, I could do that, or I could not do that. So what I'm going to do instead of that is I'm going to save the game, call it a video, and when we come back next time, we're going to open up with a little housekeeping, and I'm going to make you watch because, oh well. I just need to go check the inventory on the trike to see if I've got anything else that should be delivered here. And I guess we'll see what this new order is, but unless it's handy and it's completing that order brings us back to the place with the order I just left, where I'm supposed to be delivering materials to Capital Knot City, I'm going to have to go back to that previous base anyway. And these... any kind of more creative name would be nice. So we're at the way station that's like north of Capital Knot City, but there's another place that's west of Capital Knot City, and then there's the power station is the only place in my mind. Not that there's anything interesting going on at that base, but at least it's the power station. I can think of it as having its own name and being a different place. But this trike, so far, so good. I need to find out about, okay, well, can I get weapons? Like, can I get a melee weapon that I can use against guys in the future? Because it seems like things could have gone south with that one mule. And there's mechanics I could be learning that I haven't been forced to learn yet. Like they said, you can use cargo as a weapon. Throw cargo at an enemy to stun them. I could get to where I'm doing that. I could even carry it around something I don't care about, like a container of metals or resins, whose only purpose is I keep that in my hand to throw at any enemies that can't be meleeed normally. Because I feel like that guy was blocking me with his, pixie staff. Maybe throwing something at him would have been the real pro strat. But other than thinking I could be in over my head if the combat difficulty jumps up, I'll have to actually learn and adapt. Just the fact that there's this motorized trike in the game now is making it a lot more... the idea of actually going through with a bunch of delivery missions to continue the plot, I can see myself doing it a lot more now than I could before, but it was like every single mission took 3 videos worth of walking. See you guys next time.